I want to thank everybody who supports my channel, comes into my lives. I do have a lot of fun. As apoplectic as I get in these lives sometimes, I really do enjoy them. I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy the phone calls, even from those that make me want to bang my head against the wall. I get asked a lot. I wish we had more space for pinned videos because I'd have like a dozen pinned videos, but I think we're only allowed 3. Hopefully that'll change with an upgrade to the app one of these days. I think we should have at least be allowed 6 or 10 pinned videos. I don't know why it's only 3. I don't know what the harm is in giving us more. But anyway, I get asked a lot why I do the videos I do, why I do, if I don't believe in the God of the Bible anymore, why do I spend so much time talking about this God? And I think people are genuinely curious, some of them. Some are just they think they're stumping me. They think they're making a brilliant point, like, what a waste of time. Why would this dude be talking about this stuff if he doesn't believe in it? Why would you talk about the Tooth Fairy if you didn't believe in the Tooth Fairy? Well, I would talk about the Tooth Fairy all the time if the Tooth Fairy was trying to legislate my life and my children's lives and my wife's life and the country's lives, my fellow citizens. That's why I talk about it. It's not just harping about religion or organized religion. It's not just my viewpoint as a former Christian, and yes, we exist. Sorry if you don't like it, but there are former Christians just the way there's former Republicans and former Democrats and former vegans and former carnivores. Hate to break it to you. Religion's no different. People can leave a religion the way they leave a political party or a sports team that they were fanatical about. It happens all the time to the tune of millions of people. There's millions of us. And you're not going to stop us. The reason I talk about it is it's not just someone espousing their religion. I'd have no problem with that. You can believe whatever you want. Honestly, I'm not trying to, you're misinterpreting that I'm trying to tell you what to think. It's the opposite. You're trying to tell me what to think. You're trying to tell my kids, well, they're all out of school pretty much now. But when they were in school, you're trying to tell them what God is the right God. And notice there's no legislation. There's no school boards approving that the Quran be mandated in public schools. There's no push on the part of believers to get the Vedas taught to kids, or mention of any other God. When people say we need to put prayer back in school, it's obvious they're talking about the Christian God. They're talking about praying to Jesus. Nobody in the Bible Belt's going to be okay if you say, you know what, I agree. We should put God back in school. Which of the 3,500 gods do you want to pick? It's a non-issue to them. They go, well, obviously the God of the Bible. Well, the problem is we live in a very diverse country, and not everyone believes the Bible. I did for 40 years, and now I don't. There are people that have never believed it, people that don't accept Jesus. You're just going to have to live with us because there's a lot of us that don't believe in Jesus, and that's okay. The reason I talk about it a lot is that you're trying to turn us into a theocracy. You're trying to get as many Christian nationalists into power as possible. And I don't think that's a healthy thing for this country. I don't think it's a healthy thing for the LGBTQ+. I don't think it's a healthy thing for women. I don't think it's a healthy thing for minorities. I don't think it's a healthy thing for most people. A theocracy is not a good idea. And that's why I talk about it. And that's why I spent 4 minutes on this video when I probably could have said it in 30 seconds, maybe. That's why I push back so much, because you're pushing to me so hard. You don't realize that In God We Trust wasn't always on our currency, and somehow we survived as a nation. You don't understand that one nation under God was only put into the Pledge of Allegiance during the communist Red Scare. It wasn't in there before. In fact, the Pledge of Allegiance was arguably written by a flat-out socialist, and yet you want our kids to recite the Pledge of Allegiance in school, and it has to say, one nation under God. The kid has to stand up, hand over the heart, one nation under God. The original version didn't have one nation under God in there. I wonder how many people at the mall in your average American city know that. They probably think it was written that way. It wasn't. We don't need In God We Trust on our money. We don't need one nation under God in the Pledge of Allegiance to prove we're good Americans. And we don't need any more right-wing, far Christian leaders posting the 10 Commandments in the classrooms. It's not going to make for a better country. It's not going to reduce crime. It's not going to reduce, I mean, my goodness, stop already. Stop. If you're still with me to the end, put in the comment, I made it to the end. This is a long video even for me, but it's stuff I had to say. And yeah, maybe I'll end up pinning it so more people see it. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think.